Meagan Good walked away from a marriage that wasn't working, found a man she actually wanted, and did what it took to keep him. That's called winning. But right now, she's being clowned by the same women who can't keep a relationship.
What's a season you thought you couldn't live without something, and then you realize, you know what, I can actually do that?
My cat, because I had to get rid of my little cat. His name is Bam Bam.
So you chose the puppy over Bam Bam?
I chose the man.
Because the real question isn't why she gave up her cat, a pet. The real question is, why are so many women choosing pets over a man who actually wants to marry them? If you are a woman who actually wants to get married, you need to pay close attention to what Meagan Good just did. The same women tearing her down have been single for years, talking about standards while their cat sleeps in their bed or their dog every night. If you keep listening to that crowd, you will stay exactly where you are. A woman who chooses her pet over a man who wants to marry her isn't holding her standards. She's holding her own self back, self-sabotage. Meagan Good was previously married to Devon Franklin for 9 years. That marriage ended in 2022, and by her own admission, it was tough to process. But instead of shutting down, she went back out and deliberately chose again. She met Jonathan Majors at the Ebony Power 100 Gala, felt instant chemistry, and when they reconnected 4 months later, she said, I was like, oh, this is going to happen. And it did.
We are in the middle of a daytime exclusive with Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors, their very first TV interview together since getting married. And they've already made headlines again by sharing they want to start a family as they build a new business venture together. Jonathan joins the conversation. 6 months, how does it feel?
Well, I'm blown away because I think you were married before?
Baby, stop.
Okay.
I'm done with you.
Are you nervous?
No, not at all.
No.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
No, I want you to say the truth.
Oh, yeah. I've been married for 6 months, and it has been the most magical, the most beautiful, the most healing, the most growth I've ever experienced in my life. And I think literally, we got married. I know we'll talk about it later. And then 2 hours later, we were on an airplane.
Yeah.
And flying to New York, because I was in the middle of a press junket.
Yeah.
And I was up in the air that high the day of my marriage, and I have not come down.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have called Meagan your biggest blessing. You said that she looks after your heart. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
We're one, you know? And she is her own person. She is her own independent lioness. And I'm hers. Mm-hmm. And because of that, like, she guards me, you know? Like, she guards me. You know, she's this tough, my heart, my mind, my peace, my peace. And I think that's the biggest thing, because if I'm not clear, she just steadies the waters, you know?
That's not a woman who stumbled into a relationship. That is a woman who saw what she wanted and moved toward it with intention. She chose him publicly at the worst possible time. Jonathan was in the middle of a high-profile assault trial. The whole world was watching. Most women would have walked. She showed up to court holding his hand. Some people call that desperation. But that was a woman who had already made her assessment, made her decision, and refused to let public opinion override her judgment. A lot of women say they want a relationship, but the moment the optics aren't perfect, they disappear. Meagan didn't disappear. She stayed deliberate through the whole process, and it led to an engagement in November of 24 and a confirmed marriage in March of 2025. When Meagan and Jonathan moved in together, they weren't just merging schedules. They were merging entire households. Jonathan came with 2 dogs, then they added a third, then a fourth. Meagan had a cat named Bam Bam, a rare 5-pound Bambino she loved and showed off on social media. Bam Bam got stressed. The dogs took over the house. The cat started using the bathroom in the bed, and Meagan had to make a decision. When the interviewer asked her if she chose the puppy over Bam Bam, Meagan said 4 words: "I chose the man."
What's a season you thought you couldn't live without something, and then you realize, you know what, I can actually do that?
My cat, because I had to get rid of my little cat. His name is Bam Bam. The pups came with Jonathan, so there was 2 pups, and then we got a third one, and by the third one, Bam Bam was real upset, and Bam Bam started using the bathroom in the bed.
So you had to get rid of him for that reason?
Yes. So at first I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna miss him, and I really want him here. And he's my little pup, he's my little kitty, you know? And he's like, you know, but then we had a puppy, and the puppy pushed him off the edge.
So you chose the puppy over Bam Bam?
I chose the man.
You chose the man? The pups came with the man, and the man got Bam Bam.
She said it with a laugh. No guilt, no apology, no performance of regret for the audience. That's a woman who is clear about her priorities. People said she should have found another solution, training, more space, something. But Meagan is the one who lives in that house. And she made a practical call, stood by it, and kept building her marriage. The result, she is now married, talking about having children, and by every visible measure, happy.
You do eventually find yourselves in a romantic situation. And one of the things that people kept saying, well, they rushed into this and how quickly this went. You had gotten I have a photo of your marriage license.
That
you got. How long before you got married?
Oh gosh, over a year.
Oh, the Texas one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had gotten a marriage license in Texas.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And we had been trying to elope for about a year in our mom's living room in Texas. But what's interesting is once we knew, we knew. And once we knew, we were absolutely positive. And the other thing was, the thing that kept coming into my spirit is learning how to dance in the rain. This season's gonna happen. It's gonna happen whether we want it to or not. And I mean, the season of everything going on around us that was negative, that's gonna happen. How do we spend this time? We actively choose to spend this time growing. We actively choose to spend this time healing. We actively choose to go to therapy. We actively choose to confide in each other and have real conversations that, regardless if we end up together or not, will be life-shifting conversations for who we are as human beings. And so in the spirit of that was really what was going on. And ultimately in that became love.
Which is so fascinating because, again, people see what they want to see, not knowing what you are both doing behind the scenes, this spiritual work as friends. Trying to heal different wounds. But nevertheless trying to heal.
And to have that safe place where you can really, for what we were both going through, they say that divorce in a way is like a death. Outside of actual death. That's the emotional, how it resonates in your spirit. And what he was going through was massive and life-shifting and all those things. So the conversations that we were able to have were the rawest, most honest, most, here's what I'm feeling, like all of that. And so in that space is when you can really fall in love with somebody because you're being so, this is it. This is all I've got to give. And this is the truth,
You're stripped bare.
You're stripped bare. all those steps they talk about when you like falling in love and getting married, we were already, 7, 8, and 9, we were already experiencing. We went back and did 4, 5, and 6, and it's been the best thing to just be that positive and to have that kind of peace and to be like, this is all of me, like all of me. Can you love it? All of it. And to feel that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what we all hope for. So.
The moment I chose the man, hit social media, the criticism came fast. Women called it a red flag. They said she was losing herself. They clowned her for rehoming her cat. This is the same pattern we see every time a woman makes a visible choice to prioritize her relationship. Come on, sisters. We see this pattern over and over. When a woman put her relationship first, women are always the first to get in there, calling her names, criticizing her. And those are the women that are the loudest. Don't even have options. There is a growing trend of women who treat pets as substitutes for partnership. The pet gets the emotional investment, the daily attention, the loyalty, and the man gets the leftovers. And then those same women wonder why their relationships don't last. Meagan Good didn't walk away from her first marriage because she didn't care about commitment. She walked away because it wasn't the right fit. Then she found a better fit, did the work, and made real adjustments to protect it. The women criticizing her haven't done that. They're sitting on the sidelines with strong opinions about marriage they're not in. Some say women shouldn't have to change anything about their lives for a man. But that's not a relationship. That's a roommate arrangement. Every real relationship requires both people to adjust. Meagan adjusts, Jonathan adjusted too. He brought his whole world into her life and she embraced it. That's a two-way street. Meagan Good is not a cautionary tale. She is an example of what it looks like to want marriage, pursue it with clear eyes, and do what's required to build it. The sisterhood clowning her is a real cautionary tale. The woman who wins in love is not the one who refuses to budge. She's the one who knows what she wants, chooses the right man, and protects that choice with action. If this video spoke to you, please like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and leave a thoughtful comment below. The link to the Meagan Good interview clip and related clips on this topic are in the description of this video. I'm Deborah, and this is Family Still Matters. Because family still matters, understanding God's design and purpose for love, marriage, and commitment is one of the most important things we can get right in this life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. But before we close out and end the video, I always want to leave you with the final word being God's word, not mine. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." May God continue to richly bless you. God bless.